Hi, Jason Goodall, GQue Barbecue. Are you looking for an easy to make dessert on the grill? Well, look no further, because today I'm going to show you how to make barbecued gooey layer cake bars. These bars are going to be layered with sweet and crunchy perfection. These bars have a little something for everyone. If you want to see how we do that, it's coming up right now. For proven recipes and techniques using live fire, smash down on that subscription button and hit that bell notification, and you won't miss any of our videos. So the inspiration for this video is born out of the same inspiration for our last video. In our last video, we did our very first hamburger in over 50 videos. If you want to see how we did that, go ahead and click that iCard up above. What was unique about it is we ground our own hamburger meat using just a knife. However, today's video, we've never made a dessert, so we're going to make our very first dessert on the grill. And I'm not a baker. I don't have all these fancy equipment. I don't do wet and dry ingredients. So this recipe is specifically geared to guys like me that just want something very simple, something easy to do that they can put on the grill and enjoy with their family and friends afterwards. So I'm going to show you today a recipe for a barbecue gooey layer cake bar, man that's a tongue twister, that people of all ages will enjoy. So for today's cook, I want to cook the barbecue gooey layer cake at around 350 degrees. In order to get the Weber to 350 degrees using the slow and sear, we want to get a full chimney lit of charcoal, and we want to light it to about 75%. So I'm starting to see some of the white ash coming up the side, and it looks like it's about 75% lit. You can see some of the orange heat coming from those coals down here. So this is a good time to go ahead and dump it into the slow and sear. I'm going to monitor the gauge. Once it gets around 300 degrees, I'm going to start adjusting the vents so that we can cook at 350 degrees. So the base of this barbecue gooey layer cake is going to be graham crackers. In order to get the texture right, I'm going to melt off one of these small sticks of unsalted butter and 1 tablespoon. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the Weber and allow it to melt. Since we are going to cook the barbecue gooey layer bars in cast iron, we need to go ahead and spray it down with some non-stick grapeseed oil spray. So for the base of the barbecue gooey layer cake, we're going to use these honey-made graham crackers. I'm going to use 2 sleeves, which is 18 graham crackers. I'm going to put them in the Vitamix. Remember, you don't have to have the fancy baking equipment. Just use a home blender. I got a Vitamix here, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in there on a medium setting, right around 5. And turn it on, pulse them until you get a good fine texture. So now that the butter is melted, I'm going to remove it off the Weber. I'm going to take our finely ground graham cracker crumbs and add the melted butter to that. I'm going to incorporate the butter into those graham cracker crumbs. Once that's done, I'm going to move that over to this cast iron pan, pushing down around the sides and down the middle so that it's an equal amount of graham cracker crumbs throughout the cast iron, as this is going to be our base. So now you can add whatever layers you want to make this something you think your family and friends are going to love. I'm going to start out by adding chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. The next thing I'm going to add is these Butterscotch Morsels. These are absolutely delicious. If you like salted caramel, that's exactly what these things taste like. They're going to bring a lot of flavor to this dessert. The next thing I'm going to add is some coconut. I love the flavor of chocolate, salted caramel, and coconut. And then finally, I'm going to add some sweetened condensed milk. It's important to add the sweetened condensed milk last, because that's going to act as a barrier to prevent the coconut from burning as it cooks on the grill. So we're going to cook this for about 18 to 20 minutes or so at 350 degrees. The thing I'm going to look for more so than the time is once the coconut starts kind of crisping up around the sides without getting burnt, that's when I know it's done. I'm going to check on this every probably 4 to 5 minutes and just rotate it 180 degrees if it gets too hot on one side. So the barbecue gooey cake layer bars have been cooking for about 5 minutes, and you can notice it's melting over here more so than it's melting right here. That's obvious because this is where all the heat is coming from. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate it 180 degrees so that we keep a nice even cook going. So I'm starting to notice some browning going on around the sides right here. That's exactly what we're going for. That lets me know that this barbecue gooey layer cake is done. I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the Weber Kettle and let it sit for 5 minutes to cool. All right, so the barbecue gooey layer cake has been resting for about 10 minutes. I just cut up some pieces, and that means there's only one thing left to do. Now for my favorite part, the taste test. All right, got a special guest taster today, Marshall. Marshall was our third customer ever when we first opened up, what, over a year and a half ago, right?
A year and a half ago.
And you're still coming back.
Every week.
Marshall is in here probably at least once a week, sometimes twice a week and stuff. What do you like getting when you come in?
Everything. It's all good.
Well, Marshall, thank you so much for being such a loyal customer. That was fantastic. I thought that was delicious. I tasted the coconut for sure. Definitely the chocolate came through. Certainly the butterscotch salted caramel came through as well, and also that sweetness from that sweet condensed milk. Super easy to do. The graham cracker crust was great. Like I mentioned before, I don't have all that fancy baking equipment, wet ingredients, dry ingredients, all that stuff. Just a super simple crust and a bunch of delicious flavors. You can make it your own with whatever you want to add. I thought that was great, and definitely something I would make again considering how easy it was. Marshall, what did you think?
I think it's great. I gotta go back to work.
Anything you would add differently, or would you put anything else on there, or you like it just the way it was?
I like it just the way it is.
Awesome. Well, guys, if that looked good, if that's something you want to try, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, Jason Goodall, GQue Barbecue.